My name is Kevin Christie and my job title is truck driver, delivery driver for Reid Stockfeeds. A friend of mine rang me up and asked me they were short of a couple of drivers, and they asked me to come over and help out for a month. And that was nearly 2 years ago. I'm sort of still there, so I do enjoy the job. I enjoy the work. I've done a lot of other different transport jobs in my life, but I do enjoy this more. Oh, I better get out and go for a look in the grass here, just in case there's any steel or anything in there. This is a hose job, so if drivers want to come into this industry, they've got to come into it with a bit more of an open mind, that there's more to it than just driving around and hooking your hose up occasionally. What you got to really come to grips with is that when I heard rain last night, I know it's going to be a little bit slippery, a little bit more muddy today. On the highway, those things don't even cross your mind. You'll go to places where you've got a walk-in cow shit, or there's mud up to your ankles, and part of the job is trying to get it done because it's in the mud. So you try and figure out ways of doing it that you can keep yourself half clean and not knock yourself about. I like it because it makes my mind work, where a lot of people that come into this job, they prefer if they could just go and hook up to a silo with a full load, pump it off, go back and do the same thing, and they get paid for their 10 hours every day and they go home. Well, then you've actually got to think about, how am I going to load it on the truck? In what order am I going to do it? See, like the way I've got it set up, I've still got 5 tonne on the front of this truck, so I've still got traction. Where on the highway, once you basically load it and everything's done, you don't think about it again until you get to your point of destination. You might check it a couple of times, but you don't really think about it. Yeah, this one's a big farm, big family farm. I think they milk 800 or 1,000 cows. They will probably use 50 tonne of grain a week. You see, this is his herd out here, so he's got a fair few cows out here. To be honest, these are the best trailers you can take. In the stock feed industry, I don't know of any trailer that's any better than these, and I've been around the industry 15 or 16 years, and I personally, one of the reasons I'm working at Reid's is because I drive this. But, you know, Ian and Nick and everyone, they look after me pretty well. They look after me really well, actually. They pay me good money. I've got good gear to work in. In stuff like this, I can do this for another 3 or 4 years and be pretty confident I'll be okay. Where there's other jobs, if I was doing it or in it something that was a bit harder to work or a bit more manual to work, it'd probably shorten my work lifespan. Number 8, can you start in the back and load me backwards? You are in a good mood today. Bloody hell. Back her up. When I first come back up from down Melbourne, I went interstate for 4 years, and basically you drove all night, you tried to get sleep when you could, and you used to aim at doing 6,000 kilometres a week. So you don't meet anyone, you meet people, but you're just in a hurry all the time. In this job, basically all the farmers at Reid's, Colburn, Ab, and they all know me, they've all got my phone number and I've got their phone number, so, and I think because I'm told I do a good job, they do appreciate me, so I think that's the enjoyment I get out of it, is that you sort of go, if you're appreciated and you make an effort for them, they'll tend to do the same in return. So that's why I reckon it's probably one of the best driving jobs I've ever had. I have got a hell of a lot of freedom in what I do. Now, I think that's because Ian and Nick and Rosalie and that they trust that I'm going to do it right, and they just leave me to my devices. The other drivers, I think, are basically the same. You know, that's another thing about Reid. They want the job done and done well, but they don't punch you into a little box where it makes it really hard, because in a driving job like this, you've got to be able to adapt to what's going on. Like last night, I went and delivered grain last night because, well, in this industry, the last thing you want to do is try and milk cows without food, because they'll kick you, they crap on you, everything. It just becomes 3 times harder. Yeah. It's on the way home to where I live from the mill, so then I just make the effort to go, well, for the sake of half an hour, I'll unload it. And then last night, when I unloaded it, the farmer come up and he said, thanks. He said, you weren't supposed to be here until the morning. And I said, I've got a bit on in the morning. I said, but you're out of feed, so I wanted to make sure you had it. And he just said to me, he said, oh, thanks very much for actually bringing it out tonight.
How are you, Kevin?
I'm good, Bowden. How are you?
Yeah, going all right. I thought I'd see you at some stage.
Yeah. So you're in that cab over?
Yeah, that's it.
Bloody hell, you'd be right in your element in that, mate.
Oh yeah, shaking out of my shoes in this thing.
Aren't they good at doing that to you?